Sit back and relax for an evening with the Thamesmen.
Sure. We're back.
We are back. What do we just listen to before this?
Well, first introduction. Let's not be rude, just in case someone's come here for the first time.
So sorry. My name is Alex, and I'm in San Francisco.
I'm George, and I'm in Los Angeles, and we are
the Thamesmen.
And you're at our main channel.
We are, which means we've got channel 2, TOO, for our weird old tracks. And what else? We got the Instagram, so you can see what we're doing behind the scenes. It's all go here.
Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. For all those. Patron for those exclusive contents, monsieur. Anyway.
We remember no accents. We said no accents.
No, that's my natural voice.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
I put this English accent on to cover up that.
Because you sound like a... No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say what you sound like.
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew.
Did you ever see the one with Pepe Le Pew when a cat went underneath a ladder and it had and they just painted the ladder? So
the skunk.
Yeah. And the skunk fell in love with the cat.
I love you.
Pepe Le Pew.
Anyway, look, we're getting... So the reason we're here, we're back so quickly... relatively, but the videos won't be relatively quick, was we just did a Status Quo track.
Yes.
And we were reminiscing about the old days of Status Quo. Yes. And then we remembered a track which was from, I think, their first album, which was super interesting. And we couldn't remember the name. We've looked it up and we found it, and we want to watch it again because we haven't seen it for a long time.
So those who don't know Status Quo, you've been missing the staple of British rock festivals from the 70s, 80s and 90s. So basically, we worked out they are the IKEA of rock.
Yeah, exactly. And they became the IKEA of rock. As we said before, their first album, Pictures of Mastic Men and whatever it was really interesting.
Was fantastic, and they actually wrote some absolute brilliant songs. Caroline, Take Me Down, and then they became the IKEA rock. But this track here, we both jumped on it because we hadn't heard it for a long time. We finished Caroline, which we loved, just for the hell of going back to Status Quo. We both jumped on this, and when we finished that video, we just I love that, and we thought we'd just jump straight on now and do it. So this is it. This is impromptu.
Yep, sounds good. Let's do it. So what's the track? It's called Gerdundula.
Yes.
Gerdundula.
Yeah, Gerdundula. You think it's about a spider?
I don't know why I thought it was about a spider.
I know, you might be right. It might be about a spider.
I don't think it is about a spider. It felt like it was a name you would give to a spider. A spider wouldn't be called Bob or Harry. It would be called Gerdundula. It would be like a spider,
So when you're in your bed and you're lying in bed and you see a spider, do you think, oh, Gerdundula?
Maybe. Yeah.
I always thought they were called Boris.
Oh, well, there is a spider. Well, that was who did Boris the Spider? That was the Who, wasn't it?
The Who. Yeah. That's an honest spider's name.
Or honest spider.
Yeah.
The Russian spider.
Gerdundula. I wouldn't trust. I wouldn't trust buying anything off Gerdundula the spider.
Can't even say it. So anyway, should we check it out?
Yes. All right. This is a 2004, so much later on. It's an early track, but we wanted to jump onto it straight away. So look, enjoy it. It's going to be fun. Ready?
No one's going to watch this one, but we are. So that's it.
We are, and we're happy. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Just can't find. Love, it seems I just can't find. Seems that I'm the one I've left behind. A search doesn't come my way. A search doesn't come my way. So what more can I say? Women seem to pass me by. Women seem to pass me by. And the reason, I know the answer why. Love seems I just can't find. Love seems I just can't find.
Yeah, that is
And such a silly song, that one.
Oh, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love how they all got matching sneakers, trainers, and they they're denim, and even the sign saying Status Quo at the bottom was denim.
Denim, yeah, exactly. And what's his Francis Rossi or whatever his name is, just seemed to having an ongoing conversation with them all, just chatting away,
And Nick Parfit, their blonde guitarist. I mean, straight out of Spinal Tap.
It was I think Spinal Tap could have been modelled on Status Quo in some ways.
Yeah, the English Spinal Tap. Oh, they were English anyway,
Spinal Tap were English, weren't they? Played by Americans, but they were English.
But absolutely brilliant. And good for them for having a laugh up there and putting a show on there as well,
Yeah. I wonder if we could ever do like a Spinal Tap reaction viewing party or something like that, because that would be fun. That'd be
that film so well. There's bits of that in the film. I don't think people have seen that. I realise that are in there.
I've got the Criterion Collection DVD of Spinal Tap, which has got like an hour and a half of outtakes and additional footage. And if you watch all the other little bits, there's like suddenly things that were in the film suddenly make a lot more sense, or not make sense. There was like one section where there was like there's like a cold sore.
I know, it goes around the band.
It goes around the band.
I know. And it goes so slowly. Each scene they have it, and it goes around the cold. There's another scene where they're doing something nefarious and whatever, and then the Artie Pumpkin that comes in and he opens the door like that, and it just goes everywhere, and it's just such a small bit, but you don't see, I love that cold sore that goes around,
And there's a whole other section with who was the guy who was the chauffeur who's driving them around? But there's a whole load more with him in it. In the outtakes, which is like his whole backstory and stuff, which is brilliant as well.
When we're driving, my wife and I driving, we've got the kids in the back, and I feel like that chauffeur, and I just go, and go like that, bunch of wankers, back there. It's absolutely fantastic. I also saw an outtake of Nigel Tufnell talking about they went right up to the top of a tower, and he was saying if you jump off this tower, you'll go down so fast, you'll break your neck on the speed barrier. The sound of speed, it's an actual barrier. So you won't die hitting the ground. You're on the way down.
The speed barrier.
Anyway, I don't know how we got into that, but absolutely brilliant. So Status Quo. Wanger or banger on that?
Oh, of course. Banger. Always a banger, Status Quo.
That's a silly banger.
Silly banger. Silly, very silly banger. But yeah, it's good. It's a good banger, though.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. There's only really kind of one or two Quo left. All the rest are gone, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a couple. Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah, but they had a good run. They were number one, and they had so many albums that did well in England for a while, like early 70s, 80s. They were like everywhere.
So we picked a really silly track just for George and I from that Blast from the Past. Go back and have a look at some of their early stuff, Status Quo. I mean, it's straight up rock, straight down the line, highway number one without turning a corner, but you know what you're going to get. And it's good. It's good for that era. It's a great little, put it on a party, however drunk you are.
Someone will dance.
Come on, I will.
Yeah. You'll like dance around the sitting room, knock over the stereo, the lamps will go over, peanuts will get spilt everywhere. It's just a disaster. More cider, gets drunk.
Yeah. And then it comes on again.
Do it again.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that blast from the past.
Yeah, thanks for indulging us with our old favourites. So.
Take care. I'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah, on the flip side. You don't need the sound effect.
No, do.